Hello, my dear students, and welcome back. I know your exams are just around the corner, and things can get a little stressful. So I'm here with another quick explainer to help you revise one of the most important chapters about our country, about India's environmental challenges. We're going to break it all down, nice and simple, so you're totally prepared. Let's get right into it. I bet you have. You're just scrolling through Instagram or YouTube Shorts, and suddenly, boom, there's a video of the Yamuna River in Delhi, and it's covered in this thick white foam that looks almost like snow. It's shocking, right? Well, that's not just some clip to get views. It's a real problem, a really big one, and today we're going to figure out exactly why that's happening. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll cover the basics of pollution. Then, we'll dive deep into water and air, the stuff we drink and breathe. After that, we'll look at our bustling cities, understand why people move there, and, most importantly, we'll finish up with some hope and real solutions. It's the perfect roadmap for a quick revision. Okay, first things first, let's start with the big one, the main villain of our story, pollution. So, what is it really? What's actually messing up our beautiful surroundings? In simple words, pollution is what happens when we humans release harmful stuff into our environment. Things that just don't belong there. The most important words here are human activities. Remember that. It's caused by us. This is a perfect definition to remember for your exam. Now, pollution has four main avatars, you could say. You've got air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and noise pollution. Think of them as the four troublemakers. It's super important to have these four types clear in your head, okay? They're the building blocks for this whole chapter. All right, let's zoom in on the two biggest culprits, the pollution of our water and our air. This stuff isn't just important for getting good marks, it's about our very survival, right? Just look at this picture. It's straight from your textbook, and it's pretty sad, isn't it? This is exactly what we're talking about. The biggest reason our precious rivers are getting so dirty is because of untreated waste from big factories and all the sewage from our own homes, just flowing right into the water. And let's get specific, because the exam questions often do. For our holy Gange, a major problem is the industrial waste, especially from the leather factories in Kanpur, plus all the sewage from big cities. And for the Yamuna, well, a lot of the pollution comes from Delhi's waste, and also the chemicals from farms in Haryana and UP that get washed into the river. Okay, pop quiz. This is a classic exam question. Which of these diseases is commonly caused by drinking dirty, contaminated water? Is it bronchitis, diarrhea, or conjunctivitis? I'll give you a second to think. Yes, you got it. It's diarrhea. Polluted water is full of nasty germs that can cause all sorts of waterborne diseases, like diarrhea and hepatitis. It's a really serious health risk. Now let's look up at the air. Air pollution is like an invisible danger all around us. It mainly comes from industries, the smoke from our cars and bikes, and mining. All this releases harmful gases into the air. And these gases, well, they can cause very serious problems with our breathing, our nerves, and even our blood circulation. You know that thick gray smog you see hanging over our cities in the winter? Yeah, that's what this is. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about our cities. They're growing so fast, which is exciting, but all this growth is creating its own set of problems. Let's talk about the noise, the waste, and that constant rush. Just think about it for a second. The constant honking on the roads, the duck-duck of construction sites, the super loud music during festivals and weddings, all of that is noise pollution. We measure its loudness in something called decibels, or dB, and unlike other types of pollution, this one is very local. A busy market will be way louder than a quiet park, right? And oh my goodness, the garbage, the solid waste. It comes from our homes, kitchen waste, plastics, and from factories. But here's the really scary part. In many of our towns, almost half of this garbage is just left lying there, uncollected. Can you believe it? These piles of waste become a five-star hotel for flies and rats, which then spread dangerous diseases like typhoid and malaria. So why are our cities getting so crowded in the first place? A huge reason is that people are moving from villages to cities, searching for work and a better life. This is the human side of the story, and it's so important to understand. Let's take the story of Ramesh from your textbook. It's a perfect example. Life was very hard in his village. There was poverty, no jobs. This pushed him to leave his home. At the same time, the cities offered the chance of a job, any job. This pulled him towards the city. This is the classic push and pull factor of migration that you need to know about. But when migrants like Ramesh arrive in a huge city, where do they live? Many end up in places like Dharavi in Mumbai. Now listen to this quote. It says some of the most beautiful and useful things in India are actually made right there. Surprising, isn't it? And this is that place, Dharavi. It's a place of great contrast. People who can't afford a proper house live here in very tough conditions. But at the same time, it's a powerhouse of small-scale industries, contributing hundreds of crores of rupees to our economy every single year. But let's be real. Life in a slum is incredibly difficult. The houses are in poor condition, there's often no clean water or toilets, and the streets are narrow and crowded. These conditions, as you can imagine, create very serious health and social problems for the people living there. Okay, I know, hearing about all these problems can feel a little heavy, but don't get disheartened. The last part of our revision today is all about the good news. It's about hope, it's about solutions, and it's about taking action. Check this out. It's the story of Daurala, a village near Meerut. The groundwater there got badly polluted by nearby factories. But did the people just sit and complain? No. An NGO, the villagers, and the factory owners all came together. They fixed the water supply, cleaned up the village pond, and planted 1,000 trees. This is a fantastic example of people's participation. And here's another amazing success story, this time from Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh. This area was very poor, and the land was becoming useless. But then, the community, with some government help, started a massive tree plantation drive. They completely changed their environment, and with it, their own lives. So powerful. And of course, the government is also taking some big steps. Two really important programs you should know for your exam are the Namami Gange program, which is all about cleaning our river Gange, and the Swachh Bharat mission, which aims to make our country cleaner and improve sanitation for everyone. So there we have it. We've covered the whole chapter, from the problems to the solutions. And yes, the problems are big, but the solutions, they always start small. They start with us. So think about it. What is one small change you can make, starting today, to help our environment? That's a little thought for you. I wish you all the very best for your exams. Study hard, you're going to do great. I'll see you in the next explainer. Bye-bye.